So to Molineux then, it's the Midlands derby, Wolves versus Aston Villa. This is the first time that they've met in the top flight for 8 years. Wolves were unchanged from the draw at Arsenal. Steerer was in for Heaton for Villa, and so to the action. When it was virtually all Wolves the first half. They were on the front foot, Villa looking somewhat lethargic. 5 minutes, a Doherty cross caused some panic for the goalkeeper, but he did manage to tip it onto the top of the crossbar. Jimenez left foot effort went just wide, and Traore on the right was causing havoc for both Targett and Taylor, and he was supported ably by Doherty. Then on 39 minutes, a marauding run by Jota came to nothing, but a minute later Traore was fouled by a Villa defender from the free kick. I don't know what happened to the marking, but Moutinho stroked the ball to Neves, who was on the edge of the box completely unmarked, and from there he hit a sweet strike like he does, and it hit the corner, and Wolves were 1 up. That was the half-time score. After the break, more pressure from Wolves. Traore managed to hit the bar early on, and then a rare Villa raid gave Wesley a half chance from the edge of the box, but his shot was way over. So Wolves back on the front foot. Jota hit a sweet drive that was tipped over by the keeper, but then on 84 minutes Traore picked up the ball in his own half on the byline. He raced past the defender, he ran towards the penalty box, and then he laid on a perfect pass to Jimenez, who turned and hit the shot into the net. Wolves were 2 up and absolutely coasting. Villa did get a consolation goal in added time when Trezeguet at the back post hit a drive that just crossed the line, but it really flattered Villa. Nuno Espirito Santo's team emphatically won this derby. The final score at Molineux then was Wolves 2, Aston Villa 1. So to Old Trafford then, Manchester United at home to Brighton. Team news, Williams was in at left back for Young, who was suspended. No Pogba still. Brighton's team very much unchanged. So into the action, and early signs that United were on the front foot. Ryan was off his line to clear a ball away from the ongoing Rashford. United settled quickly and were looking quite threatening. 13 minutes and a nice run by Wan-Bissaka overlapping on the right, but his cross got a slight deflection, so it was easy for Ryan. 14 minutes, Rashford on the left cut in with pace, and he hit a good shot, but Ryan held comfortably. And 16 minutes, then a fast break. Martial involved, Pereira involved. Eventually Martial on the left side of the box laid the ball back to Pereira, and he swivelled, and his shot got a huge deflection, went past Ryan, and United were 1 up. 18 minutes, couple of minutes later then, a free kick from James, a vicious cross, but no one on the end of it. And then on 20 minutes, Maguire managed to get his head to a ball, put it back across the box. There was a melee of players involved. McTominay seemed to get a touch, but the final contact came from a Brighton defender, and it was over the line, and United were 2 up in under 20 minutes. 28 minutes then, another free kick, but this time for Brighton. Their first effort really, Dunk's header just wide of the target. but Brighton was responding quite positively, and on 40 minutes a Connolly effort, a header from a free kick, United's defence not tight enough on the marking, and it went wide of the mark, but it was certainly a warning to the defence. So half time then, United 2 up. Into the second half, and Potter rang the train changes. Murray came on and Solly March to try and get back in the game. 53 minutes though, Maguire had a snapshot from from outside the box, and it went for a corner. And on 61 minutes, some delightful play by Fred, who was solid throughout. He's improving game by game, and he got to just outside the box and hit a neat shot. Ryan made a bit of a mess of it and pushed it up onto the bar, and then managed to grab the rebound off the bar. A bit fortunate for Brighton, but United were looking a bit quicker all around the park, winning all those 50-50 balls. Brighton, however, on 62 minutes, Mope, he was just a couple of yards out and was unable to connect as the ball came through a pack of players' legs. It was a let-off for United, though, and a warning. And so we got to minute 63, and Brighton did make an impact. Gross from a corner. The ball was lofted into the area, and Dunk headed past De Gea, out jumped McTominay, and Brighton were back in the match. It was now Man United 2, Brighton 1. However, their joy didn't last long. 2 minutes later, a great break by United involving Fred, who put the ball through to Martial. Martial turned inside the box, laid it back perfectly to Rashford, and his venomous shot hit the top of the bar and went in, and the two-goal lead was restored. Man United back on top 3-1. After that, it was all United. They should have added to their tally. James was particularly threatening, and he laid on a couple of really dangerous crosses. Rashford hit one wide, and then there was an opportunity for the debutant Williams on 71. He was put through inside the box, and his effort was palmed away by Ryan. It looked like it was going in the corner, and another effort by James. Ryan responding again. Up the other end, Brighton did have the odd opportunity, proper, but it looked like that they were never going to get a second goal, to be honest. 78th minute though, Dunk reacted to a Rashford free kick to push that one wide. As we approached full time, there was another flurry from United, linking play great between Martial and Rashford, but Martial's final ball went wide. So, final whistle then. A good win for United, much more purposeful up front, quicker use of the ball, getting the ball forward, using Wan-Bissaka and particularly James. It was one of the big positives, and also the performance of Fred, he's looking more and more confident. So, final score then at Old Trafford: Manchester United 3, Brighton 1. So to the match of the round, and probably the most important match so far this season, was at Anfield. Liverpool on top against second placed Manchester City. Team news was quite a lot really, but for Liverpool, Lovren continuing at the back in place of Mappit. From City though, lots of changes. Fernandinho and Stones were at the back. Walker was at left back. They've got a problem there with another injury. David Silva was on the bench with Mahrez and Jesus. Bravo deputising for the injured Ederson. Roderick was back in midfield, and so off we went. And City dominated the early exchanges as expected, but then almost out of the blue, pressure from City, the ball came across. It appeared that it might have hit the arm of Alexander-Arnold. Furious protests from the City players, but the referee waved play on, and quickly the ball was manoeuvred upfield, and a good piece of work laid off to Fabinho, and his 30-yard strike from outside the box was like an arrow, and it hit the corner. Bravo absolutely no chance, and out of the blue Liverpool had taken the lead with their first attack, 1-0 to the Scousers. 8 minutes then, a first good chance for City, free kick on the left side of the box. Sterling anticipating the cross, but his header went wide in astonishment really. It looked easier to score. They paid for it dearly, because about 4 minutes later another counter attack by Liverpool, an absolutely tremendous left field cross from right back to left back. Arnold found Robertson raced into the City half, and then he curled in one of the best crosses you're likely to see, and Salah anticipating it. Fernandinho's leg outstretched but failed to make a connection, and behind him Salah headed into the corner. Again, the keeper having no chance whatsoever, and it was 2-0 to Liverpool. 20 minutes then, Ronaldo had a good effort, but that was put behind for a corner. Finally, on 24 minutes, Aguero, who remarkably hasn't scored a goal at Anfield in all of his career, he had his first chance, but Alisson prodded it away. On 28 minutes, another great passing move by City, and Andolino playing at left back. His effort was deflected onto the post and then went behind. 35 minutes, another swift counter Liverpool attack, but this time Firmino's toe poke flew over. This is a high quality match with two sides really on top of their games. City were continuing to dominate possession, but Liverpool ruthless on the counter. A great throw out from Alisson led to another charging run forward from Arnold, but his effort came to naught. And just before the interval, another chance for Aguero, but the goalkeeper managed to force his shot wide. So there we are. We arrived at the break. Liverpool pressure on the break being the key factor in the game, and they were ahead by 2-0. So the question is, could City turn this around as the second half started? Well, they started pretty strongly. They had a couple of corners successively, but they didn't come to much. And then the real big blow to their efforts. 50 minutes, a great run to the byline by Henderson on the right, a tremendous cross on the run, and it found Mane in the box. He headed the ball in off the far post, and Liverpool were 3 up and coasting. It was a real body blow for City, and it showed. They became quite hesitant. Their killer passes were going astray. They also started to become very conservative for a period, and then obviously Guardiola on the touchline started to get more and more angry with the attitude, and so City started to improve again. 65 minutes, Sterling got to the byline, looked like it could have been a pen, but waved away. City, to be frank, had the possession, but they had little cutting edge, and it was no surprise when on 70 minutes Aguero was replaced by Jesus. And it seemed to do the trick, because 7 minutes later, on minute 77, Bernardo Silva managed to grab a goal after a cross from Angelino came right through to Silva, whose strike hit the corner. 3-1 then. An anticipated fight back from City, we all thought. Well, certainly they had a lot of the ball, but to be perfectly frank, in the final 10 minutes, only some sparingly half chances, nothing really concrete, and the game finished with Liverpool absolutely ecstatic. They'd won this big match by 3-1. They now are 8 points clear of second place with Leicester, third place Chelsea, and City are a further 1 point back in fourth. A thoroughly deserved victory for Liverpool. They are looking good for the title. So let's have a quick roundup of week 12 then. After that amazing game of football at Anfield, Liverpool are now on top by 8 points. They played 12, they've won 11, they've had one draw at Old Trafford, 34 points. Leicester and Chelsea on 26, Leicester ahead on goal difference. Man City have slumped to fourth now, 3 defeats so far this season, 25. The question is, can Liverpool lose 3 games? Well, it looks very unlikely the way they're going. Sheffield United are now in 5th. I'll repeat that. Sheffield United are in 5th, ahead of Arsenal on goal difference, and Man United are up to 7th now, and Wolves on 8th. Down at the bottom, Norwich's defeat at home to Watford has put them on the basement. Southampton have slumped into second from bottom, and Watford are up from third from bottom with 8 points. And fourth from bottom are now Villa with 11. A bit of a buffer there, but it's just 1 win. And West Ham are fifth from bottom with 13 points. So, goal of the weekend. Well, there's quite a few to choose from, to be frank, but I'm going to go for that wonder strike by Jorginho to set Liverpool on their way. Closely followed by Salah's header from that tremendous move. Both of them were really 5-star, right up there. Jamie Vardy's goal again was impressive, and Neves' goal for Wolves also very, very good. But I'm going to give it to Jorginho. It set Liverpool on their way to a dramatic win at Anfield, and that's your lot. We've got an international break next week, so it's 2 weeks before the Premier League comes back. Look forward to having you around for that. Don't forget, comments. I'm always keen to hear your comments, read your comments, and on YouTube, of course, I would really like that you could subscribe to my channel so you get the notifications of all the videos. Mostly football videos, although I do have a number of movie videos that I put on YouTube, and the occasional video about English teaching. That's my lot then.